Alright, so in this video, we're going to be going over the ultimate supply and demand trading strategy. This strategy is one that institutions and banks use to be profitable, right? You're trading with the institutions and the banks, and we're going to teach you guys how to do that. I've spent a lot of money on courses. This is definitely the best way you can trade. I'm going to be going over all that in this video. Started out, we want to be going high time frame. Okay, you want to be starting out daily 8-hour time frame. Okay, then we're going to end up working our way down. I like to start on the 8-hour. We find supply zones. We look for green basin candles, followed by a big drop to the downside. And with this drop to the downside, we want to see continuation with the downside move. Then we're going to take our price range tool or our rectangle tool, and we're going to mark from the top of the wick of this green candle to the bottom of the body. And then we're going to change it to red. Okay, so this is our supply zone. In this instance, since this candle wicked above, we're just going to move it to the top of this candle. But generally speaking, we do from the top of the green candle to the bottom of the body. This is our supply zone. And we're going to put a time frame on here so we know what to refer to. So next time we move up into this zone, we would expect price to move down, so we'd be looking for shorts. Okay, for demand zones, what we look for is a red basin candle followed by a big upside move with continuation. We're going to take our same tool and chart it from the bottom of the wick to the top of the body. That's going to be our demand zone. It's going to be green. Okay, so that's also 8-hour time frame. The next time we come into this zone, we'd be looking to buy. We'd be looking for longs, looking to buy, not looking to short. Okay, now it's over to the 6-hour time frame. A 6-hour supply zone, right? Because we have a green doji candle and a big drop to the downside. You can see we haven't actually had a candle close above, and we're actually going to extend, same as up here, extend it to the top of this 6-hour time frame. You can see we came up into this zone. Right now we are dropping, right? We are dropping out of this zone, so we'd be looking for shorts in this area unless we find tons of buying on the tape or we break through the supply zone. Okay, now there's no 6-hour demand zones here, and for supply zones we look for supply zones above the current price. Okay, we look for supply zones above the current price of the market. So anything above 4136.75 right now, so anything up here. And for demand zones we look for anything below the current price, basically. And if we break through a demand zone, so let's say this would have been a demand zone right here. Okay, so this would have been a demand zone. We have a red basin candle. We go from the bottom of the wick to the top of the body, big rally, except we broke through it, right? We broke through it, so it's invalid. We delete it. It's 5-hour time frame. Have another supply zone here, but it's inside of this supply zone, so we'll leave it. No more demand. And I usually just draw the most current, most recent zones, because realistically, we're not going to drop 100 points today on ES with no news. So now we drop to the 4-hour time frame. So here, little basin candle, big rally. I want to chart this. This is our 4-hour time frame, and I'm just gonna draw a line right here just so my chart stays clean. Our demand zone starts here because it starts at the top of the body, and we also have a 4-hour supply zone here, a little green basin candle with a drop to the downside. We're gonna try this out. I'm just gonna put a line here saying it's 4-hour because this is already inside of another zone, so there's no need to draw another rectangle. We can just put a line saying if we move up here and we don't reject right here, we might reject right here. Then we're going to drop to the 3-hour time frame. We don't really see anything here. All already zones that we've already charted. We're going to drop to the 2-hour time frame. Same thing, nothing new. We've already charted everything. Say this is a 2-hour zone though. It's a green basin candle with a sell wick on it with a drop to the downside. Then we're going to keep dropping because we don't really see anything. 90-minute time frame. What is this? A beautiful demand zone right here. We have a red basin candle with a big rally to the upside. This one, since it's a pretty key looking zone, we're going to chart out the whole thing. There you go. Bottom of the wick to the top of the body. Then we're going to see there's no more supply zones up here that we need to chart out. Now we go to the 1-hour time frame. You can see we have 1 hour here as well, but we already have enough supply zones here, so we're just going to leave them. Now this is a red basin candle right here, but you want the candle after the basin candle to be a big rally. It's not a big rally right after, so we would not count this. And for supply, you need a big drop right after, right? So like this. Green basin candle, big drop. Now we're going to drop 45-minute time zone. Here, I'm not going to chart it just because you could put like a support line here, but I don't like this as demand too much. But you know what, just for the sake of this video, we'll do it. We're gonna chart it from the bottom of the wick to the top of the body, right? But since this candle dropped a little bit lower, but we still found buyers, we're gonna extend it down. That's our demand zone. And you can see we're actually holding at it really nicely. So we're kind of consolidating in between this demand and supply zone, right? Now we check the 30-minute time frame and we don't see anything new, right? We don't see anything new in here. We already have everything charted out. And that right there is how you chart supply and demand zones, right? Under 8 minutes. Now to take plays off of these zones, we generally want to look 5-minute time frame, 1 minute or 5-minute time frame, okay? So let's look at Friday, May 5th. So we move up into the supply zone, and what do we form? You could say this is a trend line right here. Okay, it's very steep. It's bounced twice, right? So you could count this. Then what we would do for a play here is, well, this is basically right at market close, but generally speaking, you'd take the breakdown of this move, since it's a bearish move, and we're in supply, we look to short. So we short right around here when we break this support, put our stop loss above the high, and we target supply. Right, it gives us a good risk-reward ratio. If we extend this out, let's see, would it have worked? It would have worked. It would have actually hit this morning. Okay, so this is more of a swing trade there, right? Took a couple days, but it worked out. Okay, this is this morning. Look at a 1-minute time frame here. So we have this resistance line here. Simply take the breakout right here. Put our stop loss generally below the low. We're gonna take profit at the supply zone, which we hit perfectly, right? This trade would have won, but this is a not a great risk reward ratio, you know, but you're not risking that many points. 5 points, which is not that much, right? You could actually put it under the most recent swing low, which would be here, right? So it makes your risk reward a little better. But after this happens right here, we make a low and bounce off again, start to move up here. We would have moved our stop loss here under this most recent swing low, which one would have then made you have a good risk reward ratio. There's your play, right? There's your play. That's supply and demand. That's how you play supply and demand. You do look for bullish patterns in demand and play long targeting supply. In supply, you look for bearish patterns targeting demand, right? Same thing here. You're playing pre-market or a different time. Like let's look at where, look like pre-market here. If you wanted to take this trade, right? Maybe something along the lines of this. You take a short setup here, stop loss above the high, and we target demand, okay? Simple trades, simple way to play supply and demand, and that's all you need. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and that's all.